Hey everyone, welcome to the Curious Sister at Today-Sandy channel. Here we'll be regularly updating you with fun and interesting videos, so make sure to subscribe and join the adventure. This topic we're diving into today isn't just some sci-fi plot, it's actually inching closer to reality. With the rapid advancements in neurotechnology and artificial intelligence, the idea of memory chips replacing the brain is no longer just a fantasy, sparking a deep debate about humanity, freedom, and what the future holds for us. Imagine this. What if a tech product could efficiently store and transmit massive amounts of information, mimic the functions of our cerebral cortex, and even control our body movements? Oh, sounds wild, right? It would be like having a brain in a box, and it could potentially replace the human brain altogether. So, let's think about this for a second. Do we really need to hang on to a physical body? Or do we actually need to keep a biological brain? It's a mind-bending question, isn't it? Before diving into the answer, let's take a moment to appreciate how technology has evolved to this point. Back in 1999, Dr. Andrew Jackson, a neurosurgeon at the University of California, San Francisco, dedicated an entire decade to developing a groundbreaking technology known as the brain pacemaker. In the years that followed, he and his team began implanting this chip into the brains of elderly patients, specifically targeting the hippocampus area. The results were pretty amazing. Patients experienced a significant boost in their memory. The hippocampus is a key brain area linked to memory. This new type of brain chip technology is also being widely used to treat Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. A woman who suffered from a stroke and paralysis for 18 years has an incredibly touching story of how a brain implant helped her speak again. Originally from Canada, Ann Johnson recently communicated for the first time in 18 years with the help of a team. Led by neurosurgeon Dr. Philip Zhang at the University of California, San Francisco, she experienced a sudden brainstem stroke at the age of 30, leaving her completely paralyzed due to the aftermath of locked-in syndrome. Although her mind was able to receive information from the outside world, she felt trapped in her own body, unable to move. It's truly heartbreaking. Research team implanted a chip in Qiang's brain, which picks up brainwave signals and uses AI to analyze them. This way, she can express her thoughts through a virtual avatar on the screen. Just imagine how incredible this technology is. It really helps us understand her feelings better. Imagine this. Brain-computer interface technology isn't just for treating illnesses. It can actually help healthy folks boost their memory. How amazing is that? According to a study in Nature, by 2050, we might be able to digitize our entire mental activity and store it on a computer or even transfer it to other mediums. Just think about it. This technology could completely mimic the functions of the human brain. It's such an exciting and mind-blowing future, right? Picture being able to save our thoughts and memories in a computer. How cool is that? What do you all think? Let's dive into what happens when memory chips actually replace our brains. You know, it's a wild thought. You might not even be able to claim you're really you anymore. Self-identity is all about that personal experience and feeling whole, right? It's like I think I'm me, and me thinks I'm me. But imagine if my memories could be copied or transferred to someone else's brain, or if my consciousness could be digitized and stored in some external gadget. Suddenly, saying I am me would feel totally off, wouldn't it? It's a mind-bending concept that makes you really question what it means to be yourself. I would be split into two or more subjective experiencers, and my original subjective experience would no longer be whole. This idea was famously illustrated by the French philosopher Descartes through a thought experiment. Descartes proposed that if a highly sophisticated robot were created, one that mimics human actions and physiological traits, even capable of thinking, should we consider it conscious? If the answer is no, then why should we believe that we ourselves are conscious beings? Descartes pointed out that there's no essential difference between our brains and robots. They're both made up of complex structures composed of matter. So, really, we should think of our brains as just another type of machine. Next up, the freedom of thought might not just belong to us humans anymore. Chip technology could be used for things like brainwashing or even controlling thoughts, taking away our free will. Imagine this. One day your memory chip gets tampered with, and suddenly, you're left without any personal feelings. All your memories, emotions, thoughts, and sensations wouldn't come from you anymore. They'd just be fed into you. All your memories, emotions, thoughts, and sensations wouldn't come from you anymore. They'd just be fed into you. Even the developers of these brain chips need tons of time to figure out how to pull this off. Isn't that a wild thought? In the lab of retired Major General and neurosurgeon Andrew Jackson, you'll find a ton of high-resolution microscope systems, 3D reconstruction equipment, computers, and graphic processors. These setups cost a fortune, all just to connect 10,000 neurons to 10,000 electrodes. Can you believe it took nearly a decade to pull off something that seems so straightforward? Now think about this. Connecting 600 billion neurons to 600 billion electrodes, you can only guess how many years and how much funding that would require. So, while it's exciting to think that by 2050, we might be able to store human brainpower in computers, our freedom of thought is likely safe for a long time to come. Chip technology itself doesn't have any self-awareness or emotional capabilities. It just follows the instructions programmed into it. For instance, some researchers want to implant chips into animals to control their movements. Here's the catch. The chip interface isn't compatible with the animal's brain. So, they first need to set up an assessment system inside the animal that mimics a mammal's brain, and then connect the chip to that system. Even with all this effort, the connection between the assessment system and the brain remains super fragile. Take, for example, a paralyzed chimpanzee. The link between its assessment system and the chip only lasts a few minutes. Plus, even the AI tech we use as a tool is still just built on complex algorithms not true intelligence yet. So when it comes to being a tool, these AI chips really struggle to match up to the human brain. In the end, society is likely to become even more unfair. With the rise of chip technology, it might just turn into a luxury that only the wealthy can afford. Imagine this. High-tech chips could help some people achieve immortality. But for most of us regular folks, we're stuck relying on traditional medical methods to extend our lives. Plus, these advanced chips could give certain individuals over 12 gigabytes of memory capacity, while the average person might never get beyond 4 gigabytes. How wild is that? The future society is heading towards an unbridgeable divide. Some people will have an abundance of leisure time and perfect memories, transforming them into superhumans, while the majority will remain just ordinary folks. In all, while the development of chip technology has made our lives way more convenient, it also brings up a bunch of ethical questions. Think about it. If we were to remove our brains, then this brain chip would just be a tech tool, right? But what if we still keep our brains? Chip has become a vehicle for technology. No matter how you look at it, humanity is facing unprecedented ethical dilemmas. And honestly, it's pretty mind-boggling. What do you all think? Do you want to remember everything forever? Imagine having a high-tech chip implanted in you that gives you infinite storage space like a hard drive for your brain. You could record every single moment of your life, every sensation, and every thought. Would you be up for that? This isn't just a technical question, it's a philosophical one, right? Imagine you could choose A, remember everything forever, but lose the freedom of emotions and the bliss of forgetting. B, have a super brain, but risk being monitored or controlled. Or C, live to 250 years old. What would you pick? In this discussion about memory chips, we really have to confront a pretty unsettling reality. This technology might only be accessible to the wealthy. Can you imagine how that could deepen the divide between superhumans and regular folks? It might even spiral into a new form of racism. It's a wild thought, right? Some people say that forgetting things is a real struggle. Others believe that it's actually what helps us simplify our lives and focus on the here and now. We do forget a lot of painful memories like those tough times during the flu outbreak. But let's be honest, we also forget so many beautiful moments. However, with the rapid advancements in neurotechnology and artificial intelligence, the idea of memory chips replacing the brain is no longer just a fantasy. It's sparking a profound debate about humanity, freedom, and the future. More and more scientists are seriously delving into this topic. Some people say that memory chips could help us achieve mental immortality, allowing us to have an eternal self. Even if our bodies die, our consciousness could be stored and transmitted in the cloud, and we might even be able to download it into other bodies or robots. Imagine that. We could freely explore the universe, experience all sorts of lifestyles, and become eternal travelers in a multiverse. How wild is that? But what exactly is this eternal self? If all our memories and thoughts can be recorded, stored, and replayed, then what does it really mean to have a self? Is it just the sum of our memories or the totality of our thoughts? And when we choose to forget certain memories or thoughts, does that mean our self changes too? So, this idea of a lasting mind might just be an illusion, a way to feel good about ourselves. Our brains have been explored countless times by researchers, and many believe that our true essence lies in the constant cycle of thinking, choosing, and forgetting. It's through this process of making choices and letting go that our lives become vibrant and full of color. However, in recent years, the rapid advancements in neuroscience and artificial intelligence have sparked some wild ideas. Some scientists even believe that we could completely map out our brains. Imagine that.
Oh.
They think all AI programs could be transformed into neural network structures, and every AI system could potentially be converted into biological neuron systems. How cool is that? This way, our brains could be completely simulated and even replaced by chips. When chips take over the neurons, we can store more information, handle more calculations, and experience a wider range of sensory stimulation. This chip implantation technology comes with some serious risks, you know? Once the chip is in, our brains are exposed to all sorts of dangers. If there's a glitch in the chip's programming, our bodies could start to malfunction in really scary ways, like losing autonomy, control, or even vitality. It's a wild thought, right? Once chip technology hits the scene, you can bet it's going to make waves in the military world pretty quickly. Imagine soldiers with remote control capabilities or robots that can operate on their own. Some folks are even predicting that the way wars are fought will totally transform. Instead of just countries sending their soldiers to battle, we might see a showdown of country-controlled robots going head-to-head. Picture this: human soldiers controlling these machines from afar, while they themselves could be upgraded into super soldiers. How wild is that? Chip technology could really amplify social divides. Some folks who embrace this tech upgrade can gain incredible powers, while those who don't get the enhancement might find their chances of survival slipping away. The potential conflicts between these two groups? Totally unpredictable. So, should we really be on guard about these technologies? As a historian and anthropologist, I've been pondering this question quite a bit. Honestly, this isn't just a technical issue. It's really an ethical dilemma, a philosophical debate, and a sociological concern all rolled into one. Humanity has made incredible strides in brain consciousness research, cloning technology, and gene editing, but the future is packed with uncertainties and challenges. We need to stay alert to what's happening around the globe, yet we should also embrace curiosity and hope for what lies ahead. There's so much more to dive into when it comes to memory chips. If you're curious and have more questions, don't hesitate to drop a comment below, okay? Thanks for tuning in. If you want to check out more fun videos, just click the links in the top right or down below. I really appreciate your support, and I can't wait to see you next time.